I'm Liz. I'm taking this English course because I'm an English major, specifically linguistics, and I'm an English major because I don't know what I want to do with my life. And after changing my major a million times, I thought this would be a good start because I love to read and write um, and grammar, so I decided on linguistics. This week I'm going to review Emergency by Denis Johnson. This was my favorite text that we read. I thought he had a wonderful use of imagery throughout the text, and he had a way of drawing me in right away. One of my favorite lines in the text was an opener. It's when Georgie is mopping up the imaginary blood, or maybe blood that used to be there, and he says, "There's so much goop inside of us, man, and it all wants to get out." It's really chilling, and Denis Johnson has a way of being incredibly vulgar without using any offensive language or saying anything that's really all that obscene. It's just very chilling. Denis Johnson asks us to question our own perception of reality through his crazy, drugged up world that he creates. Georgie says to the narrator, "I could really use a church right now. I'd like to go to a quiet chapel." And the first thing the narrator responds with is, let's go to the fair. It's in town. Why not? And I think it's very interesting that Denis Johnson says Georgie's having a hard time, and so he wants to go to church. Why is his desire for a sense of security that for him is fulfilled at a church, why is that desire any different from wanting to go to a fair, have a good time, and eat some fried Twinkies? I think this is a brilliant way that he asks us to question what we revere as sacred in our lives. He says, why is that so? Is it really something that has a higher meaning, or is it just our desperate desire for security in our lives? When Georgie hits the bunny, I think it's interesting that he goes from being hell-bent on gutting this rabbit to turn it into food, and then he switches immediately into this nurturing, having an obsession almost with saving the babies and raising them as his own. It's also funny that the babies later on get squished and flattened anyways, as if it was their fate to be as flat as their mother. But Georgie goes through this incredible shift, and he doesn't even realize it. He shifts gears from making food out of the carcass to raising the carcass and nurturing it and taking care of it. It's this interesting scene where we see roadkill and scavenger turn into a portrait of mother and child. And that's what I thought about that book. So I will see you guys in class. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.